How are we doing, guys? I'm back with another video, and before I get into all this, I would like to thank you guys for 10 subscribers. I know it's not a lot, but I feel like I reached my first goal, and the next goal is obviously 100 subscribers. So hopefully we get there by the end of this year. So basically, I went online and started browsing one day, and I was looking at the most common questions that people asked about money and finance, right? And what I did was create a spreadsheet of the most asked questions and answer them myself. So today we're gonna go over all the questions and answer each one of them. So let's get right into it. Question number one is, how many bank accounts should you have? I personally think you should have 4 main bank accounts, 2 checking and 2 savings, 1 checking for bills, 1 checking for your personal spending habits or whatever, and then 2 savings accounts, 1 for goals or saving, like if you're saving for a house or a car, and the other would be a emergency fund where you have up to 6 months of income, so in case you lose your job or anything, you can use that while you're looking for another job. If you're married, it's obviously a bit different. I would recommend you still have it in personal accounts, but also one joint account as well. And I would personally recommend the bills account be a joint account. Number 2 is, how much money should I have in my emergency fund? Now, I talked about this last question, and I said you should have an emergency fund in case you lose your job or anything. And experts say you should have around 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, so you can while you're looking for a job, you can cover up to 6 months, and then hopefully by the end of the 6 months or during the 6 months you find another job so you can carry on. The next question is, how long should you wait before applying for another credit card? The golden rule is to wait at least 6 months, but generally a lot of people wait between 3 to 6 months, but minimum 3 months should be ideal. How do I get a credit card if I have no credit history? So you have to understand how a credit card works. If you have no credit history, you can't really get a credit card, because to get a credit card you need credit history. But to gain credit history, you technically need a credit card. So you get put in this whole loop where you don't know how to get into it or get out of it. So I would recommend getting a secured card. A secured card is basically you go to a bank and you put down a deposit on a credit card, and that will be your monthly limit. And every month, say you buy something small and then pay it off in full at the end of every month. Eventually, after 6 months or so, you should be able to build up a credit where they'll give you back your deposit and they'll make the card unsecured, and they'll give you a credit limit themselves. So a secured card basically gives the bank no risk over you, because since you have no credit history, they don't know how good you are at paying off debt, so the deposit covers your credit limit. I would recommend going for the Discovered secured card, because I personally think it's the best secured card on the market, and most commonly you have to put down a $200 deposit, and your monthly spend limit would be $200 per month. Next question, are credit points worth the effort? Most definitely. Credit card points have a lot of benefits, including you can get free hotel stays, free upgrades on airlines. You can get access to multiple things like airport lounges, stuff like that. And if you know how to use the credit card and use it to your advantage, it can prove to be very beneficial for you. How is my credit score calculated? Credit score models generally look at how late your payments are, how much you owe, and how often or recently you missed a payment. There's 3 different credit bureaus: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. They all don't factor credit scores differently, so your credit score may vary based on whichever one you go to. But the main one everyone uses is FICO. FICO groups the information into 5 categories: payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, new credit, and credit mix. Now, these all have percentages based on how important they are to your credit score, and based on that, your credit score will be calculated. If you want to learn more about credit score and how to achieve a better credit score, you check out my how to achieve a perfect credit score video out, and that'll explain more in depth on how to achieve it. What is the easiest way to grow your wealth? The absolute easiest way, no effort, at minimum effort, would be opening a Roth IRA when you turn 18. Put money in it monthly or quarterly and set up some investments. Set up some recurring investments so every time you put money in, it automatically invests in it for you. A Roth IRA is a retirement fund that it will be tax-free once you take it out after the age of 65 and a half. The max you can put in is $6,000 per year, and it uses compound interest. So the earlier you start, the higher the return will be at the end because it'll exponentially increase. So say you are 18-year-olds and you put in start off with $100 per month, and you max out $6,000 a year until you retire. You should easily have over $1 million in that account once you retire to use. Now, on top of that, you also can use a 401k that employers use and increase that limit to make you even richer. And you can obviously have multiple other ways like investing or having a business, a side hobby. But those do require a lot more effort, hence why the Roth IRA is the easiest way to become a millionaire. Can I start investing with a small amount of money? You can invest with any amount of money you want. We live in a time now where you can invest as little as to 1 cent in many brokerages like Robinhood, Webull, and obviously you won't get a huge returns because you're starting off with a little amount, but you can start off with very, very little. Even if you have barely any money, check out my best apps to invest in, and that will hopefully make it easier for you to pick which app is best for you. What is the difference between good debt and bad debt? To put it simply, good debt has the potential to increase your net worth or enhance your life in an important way, or enhance your life. Bad debt involves borrowing money that you can't pay off. If you know how to use debt, you can use it to your advantage. For example, people in real estate, most of them are in debt, but they are in good debt because once they own a bunch of rental properties, but obviously owning a bunch of rental properties is a lot of money, so they go in debt. But the people who live in the houses in rent pay off those debts, and instead of being in debt and being bankrupt, they have an income. So that debt allows them to have an income, which in turn gets them money to continue on real estate. How should I improve my credit? Get a credit card and buy something small every month, and then pay it off in full at the end of every month. At the end of 6 months, your credit score should have improved, and by that time you can get another credit card and do the same thing on that credit card. Keep doing this until you're happy with your credit score, and this may take a while, but it's a steady increase up. This leads us to the end of this video. If you enjoyed this kind of video of me just answering a bunch of common questions, let me know and I'll try to make another video of some more questions that people ask, and I'll answer them for you too. So hit that like button, please subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you next time.